Now, before we get started, make sure you like and subscribe and turn on that bell notification so you know when we upload. Welcome to Rugby Heads, powered by the Big Athletic Club, where we cover all things in the world of rugby. My name is Yona, and joining me is one of our regular rugby nerds, Alfonso Hodemia. How are you, Fons, mate? Another round of Super Rugby?
How good was it?
Mate, we'll dive straight into it soon. But if this is your first time joining us, or if you're regular here and you haven't done so yet, please show your support for the show by hitting that like and subscribe button, and leave a comment and tell us your thoughts of Super Rugby Round 3. Now, quickly to run down of today's show, we go through our top performers, our opportunity to give flowers to the players who stood out for us over the weekend's play, and then we'll just go in around the grounds. All things Super Rugby Round 3's action, and then we debate our Super Rugby team of the week. Now, Fons, you want to get into your top performer of the week?
My one is actually from a losing side this week, actually, and there was a few good standouts, but Tiziano for me. The guy's just a workhorse, isn't he? He doesn't look like it. He's not real tall, but man, he's just real gutsy. He's a real battler, and how blessed it is to have Aussie to have a lot of good sevens at the moment. So I had to go with Tiziano. Yeah,
nice. Good pick. I got another one that I'm sure we'll debate. Another 7, Ardie Savea in a losing side as well. Turned it on for Moana and the crowd, but we'll definitely get into it. Then I had another one in the females, Olpiki, Maya Joseph. You named her last week on the Women's Super Rugby preview. Like the quality of nines in both here and in New Zealand, she is by far the best 9 going around. Just the speed of ball out of the ruck has gotten quicker than I was giving her crap about last year in WXV. It's a lot quicker, and then just the difference in her kick, getting him out of trouble, and notably that 50-22 that she did in that first half. So Maya Joseph and Ardie Savea. Starting on the Friday, Moana hosting the Highlanders at North Harbour. The crowd's slowly coming for Moana. Hopefully it builds for this week. Your thoughts on the game and your top performers?
It was a sort of a game of two halves, wasn't it? First of all, that crowd, it's the biggest crowd that Moana's ever had since they've come into the competition. So I think what a great move to have their game up in Albany there in North Harbour. So that was a good thing. But yeah, just going back to the footy, I just think Moana again just let the gap too big at the start, and 3 tries, and then obviously they're playing catch up. And towards the end, it just had to be. They were nearly there. Obviously, there was 3 lineouts at the end. Yeah. They had their chances, and then also obviously just a few misconversions as well. Just those little things there, and it could have been a different result. Look, you saw Jamie Joseph after the game. He looked real relieved that they won, the Highlanders. I actually enjoyed this game, and man, Ardie, what a beast he was. There was a couple of times Jim tried to run over him. No, he wasn't having it, wasn't it? Yeah. Oh, I'm loving it. So. But, you know, the Highlanders, they'll take that win. Win's a win at the end of the day, and 4 more competition points heading into the bye. Yeah,
Ardie stood up, and it's one of those games where people are like, all the haters that were saying, oh, it's not going to help him with that All Black jersey. And first time he played against another Kiwi team, and, mate, he's turned it on. One of the best games I've seen him in Super Rugby in a long time. And mate, you could tell from the get-go he was ready to go. He's notable, like just gets his legs pumping through the carry, and man, he was exciting. And like that try, his try, like a lot of those high balls that outside backs weren't cleaning up, and then I don't know where he came from. It's like Superman just caught that ball and then ran, took it all the way to the try line. And I'm like, far out. And I was hoping that they would get it done just to ice his performance perfectly. And yeah, they were just a little bit off. Like even some of the non-pressure sort of catch passes in that first half let him down. And then those missed kicks, like you said, just the accuracy was a bit off for minor boys, and they fought back a little bit too late. But man, I'm impressed with Dailoa, the number 8. Man, he's come out of nowhere. I didn't even know heard of him before this season, and mate, I'm sure Ardie's got something to do with just the way he's sort of carrying himself. And unreal game, and hopefully that win's coming. That win's coming.
Well, he's playing so well. He's pushing Ardie to 7. So it just shows you, obviously, just the talent that's come through. I didn't really know of him too until obviously this year with Moana. But I have to give another shout out to Pellegrini. He come off the bench. I thought he come on and actually settled Moana a lot more, and his kicking game was very good tactically, and he showed a few glimpses there when we just asked the line a few questions. So he was very good for his Super Rugby debut, because he was, I believe, playing in the championship over in England before coming to New Zealand to play for Moana.
They definitely needed those kicks, and if they got those conversions in, they would have won.
Yeah.
Also, that non-yellow card call, I thought it was a bit strange. I know it was a head knock and accidental sort of thing, but you see that every day for the last how many so years. That's at least a yellow card. Yeah.
I agree.
But we'll leave that for Freeney's try and no try segment later in the week. And then we go to the second game, another cracker of the game over in Sydney. Waratahs hosted Drua, came down to the wire. Thoughts on the game and your standouts?
Oh, the Drua, first of all, they have the best fans, don't they, the Drua? You can tell when their fans are in the stadium. They are so loud and they get behind their team. Just the game itself, again, it was a tit-for-tat game. Oh, it was a good game. Look, I know the reffing was a huge comment in a lot of the Drua supporters. I kind of agree, but at the same time, I thought they had their chances too. And, just that last 5 minutes, just a drop ball, and next thing they're in 5 metres out from their own try line. So, look, that's 3 games now, the Drua. 3 games they've lost by, I think, 7 points or less, 7 points or less. That is really hard to watch as a fan, because I really like watching the Drua. From the Waratahs' point of view, I thought the forwards stood up well. I thought their front row and their locks played well, just from a physical side of things. But I just feel like the momentum was with the Drua second half, and you could see what they were trying to do. Obviously, trying to play that sort of expansive rugby that they like to play, and that real loose sort of rugby, just open the game up. I think Lungi Gleeson, for me, played very well. I thought he played very well, Lungi Gleeson. He carried hard, and every time he got the ball, just keep getting over the gain line every time. I was very impressed with Lungi Gleeson. The other one I talked about last week, and I thought he played well again, was Murray for the Drua. Again, he is going to be some player for not just the Drua, but for Fiji in these years coming up. 100%. He is something special. I wish Nems was here, because I think he'd know more about him than I do, and he'd be definitely one to watch out for.
Yeah, mate. The same players I was sort of looking at, especially Lungi Gleeson. Mate, especially you see his work off the ball, that kick chase, and then it led to him scoring that try. Like most forwards, and pretty much everyone but him were in the background. You could see him trying to catch their breath, and he's just working on the inside, getting that kick chase, and mate, he got and ended up scoring that try off just a bit of pressure from Jorgensen. And I'm hoping that he will get his opportunity, even if he does sign to go to France after this season. I'm hoping that he's still allowed to play for the Wallabies during the Lions series, because we need all hands on deck. So, mate, and great game from Lungi Gleeson, who's been one of the standouts for a long time for the Tars. Drua, we'll get into it in the Thursday pod, but mate, they got a tough one at home. They need this one, because you don't want to go 0-4 to start the season, and this is their second game at home. So, mate, they need to do a job here. But we'll definitely get into it on the Thursday pod with Freeney and Nems. Now, on the first game on the Saturday, entertaining game. I think all the games were entertaining, but this one, I thought the Brumbies were going to get blown away. They ended up getting blown away in the last sort of 5-10 minutes, but this one was pretty close. Your thoughts and standouts?
Oh, look, I just you look at the Brumbies, and they just wouldn't go away, wasn't it? It was real tit for tat. The Chiefs to get a try or two ahead, then the Brumbies will come back in it. Very, very exciting game to watch. It looked like a good afternoon there in the Tron. I would have to give a lot of praise to obviously the moment the Chiefs centres are playing very well. Quinton Tapia and Anton Leonard-Brown in such great form, and they're just in sync. I haven't seen Quinton Tapia been in this form since his injury. back
True.
3 years ago, I think, in the Bledisloe. So he's in very good form. I just thought I thought the Brumbies forwards muscled up very well. And they just build the phases. They're very patient, very direct, and nothing too flash, and then look to go wide and open up. And, you know, I have to give a lot of praise to the Brumbies. I thought they played well. Josh Jacob for the Chiefs, he's been finding his form at 10, I feel. It's good to have, obviously, him and McKenzie as at 10-12, the two playmaker combination. I thought that works very well. And it's also good to see Sammy Penny, Finau. Who did he run over? I think he ran over, what's his name? Frost, I think. Oh, he was, get out of my way. Oh,
mate,
he doesn't run it. That was some... I don't know what that was, but that was extraordinary. But Gideon Rampling come on off the bench and scored 2 tries, one straight away off the overthrow in the line out. I mean, you couldn't ask for anything better off from him. So, and also just McKenzie, I'm just hoping he's not injured, for not just for me as a Chiefs fan, but for everyone's fantasy teams, because I think, you know, I think everyone has him as captain, and I don't think people want him injured because everyone would have to use a trade just on their 10. But look, I just have to give props to the Brumbies. I thought that last try was a bit unfortunate for them when the Chiefs scored, and I thought they played very well, and another exciting game. Yeah,
mate, Sammy Penny, that run, holy. Especially someone taller than him. Shout out to Frosty, mate. We all been there. I've been there. Been run over by guys smaller than me. There. Oh, it's fair enough for you backs, but when you're a front row and you're getting run over by someone smaller than you, you're like, oh shit, and you know everyone's in the crowd's laughing. You're like, fuck. But mate, he just got back to work. So mate, entertaining game. Josh Jacob, man, they've got some decent young 10s over there. Oh, even here in Aussie. But mate, we'll definitely get into the ones in the Hurricanes soon. But man, he's impressive, and it's I think D-Mac's position is 15, like kick return. You need that. You can't get rid of that if he's going to be in the defensive line or hiding in a defensive line. Do you think 15 is his best position?
It just depends. I think in Super Rugby, I like him at 10 because in Super Rugby it's a lot more expansive and open. Where in Test level you just don't have that time.
Yeah, true.
And I feel like he likes in space. He's very good, McKenzie, isn't he?
Yeah.
I still think he's a great 10 as well. I think it's either or. You would be pretty happy as long as he's playing. That's the main thing, because obviously he's got that niggle injury, which is hopefully he's back. If not this week, hopefully next week. So
yeah, Matt, and you mentioned Quinn Tupaia. He has to be back in that All Blacks sort of system. Just the way him and Anton Leonard-Brown are combining and playing together, man, it's crazy. And it's also very good to see him back to where he was, because not many can get back there after a serious injury like that. So, mate, shout out to him and the boys. But yeah, they've got if they're gonna, we'll get into it. I'm trying to hold myself back, but if they're going to rest some players when they go to Fiji, because they're sitting up pretty already unbeaten after 3 rounds.
No, so I wouldn't be resting people, because I still think the Drua are going to be hard to play it in Fiji for sure. Yeah. You know what they're like in Fiji. I mean, I'm hearing whispers Sean Stevenson might be back.
Oh, yeah,
that's another name that's getting thrown around, so it'd be interesting to watch out. But I mean, if anyone's getting rested, maybe McKenzie, but I wouldn't be resting too many players.
Yeah, I heard he touched down today, so mate,
there you go.
I'm sure he will.
You heard it here first.
I'm sure he's probably still at the airport waiting for the boys, and they're flying straight to Fiji. But let's get into a team that is no longer on their duck. The Blues travelled to the capital, ended up doing the job in the last few minutes. Hurricanes might find themselves unlucky, but your thoughts on the game and your standouts? This game, I thought it was a little bit of a slow start.
I just thought Godfrey, I thought he played very well. It's the best I've seen him play. And it's, he's gotten his opportunity because Cameron and obviously Ruben Love's out for a bit of time with injuries. So another guy that can play 10 and 15, and if he keeps this form up too. Man, there'd be a lot of selection problems for the All Blacks. I thought he played very well. But I thought the Blues took them a while to get into the game. They're a bit frustrated with a lot of silly penalties. I think just repeated infringements. Ended up Enrico Ioane getting a yellow card, which was unfortunate because he was the last penalty. But once the Blues got into a bit of rhythm, Beauden Barrett switched to 10. Plummer come off. Kyle Forbes had to go on, obviously, so he went to the back, and that sort of just changed a little bit of the dynamics, which led to that awesome try from Mark Telea. I remember just watching it live, and I thought he was going to step in, and then he did the old just step back out on the outside, and I was just like, oh my gosh, see you later, Bolt. Yeah. So, Mark Telea, is good to see him back in a bit of form. But look, that game could have gone either way. Just want to touch on that last scrum at the end. I thought this looked like to me the Blues were just trying some dodgy tactics, trying to get Christie back on. And that's when obviously Angus Gardner just told the team doctors to move away from the independent doctor and just let him do his thing. But 5 minutes just to get the last minute of the game over and done with, I thought it was a bit silly. I think Beauden Barrett would have been holding his breath because he was feeding the actual scrum at the end, and obviously pressure scrum at the end, and the Blues came out on top. So look, the Blues are on the board now, and they'll take that win. Canes will be hurting, obviously, because that's the second loss against the New Zealand team. But Duplessis Kirifi, I thought, played very well again. He's just so gutsy, that guy. He gets in it, and he's not a tall guy, but obviously he's very strong and he's good over the ball. And I just think, man, what a player Duplessis Kirifi is. Yeah,
mate, he's got a bit of Ardie about him. Like when your team needs him, he I thought that was when he got that last steal in the last sort of 10 minutes. I thought that was the seal. I thought that was the game's over. But man, Blues had to do it, and mate, you notice it when Bodie went to 10. He's a 10. He's not a 15 anymore. I don't think he's got those young legs anymore. But he did that sort of kick return that led to Mark Telea's tries. Man, he's still got it. He's still got it. Shut up a lot of the haters in the comments, man. Man. And then the last game, Force Reds. Oh man, I found myself cheering for the Force because I just wanted that 3. I just wanted them to keep on the winning streak and see how long they can actually go. But yeah, that longest 2 weeks felt like it was a winning streak for over a month, but it was only 2 weeks. But great win for the Reds. A lot of injuries. They did it tough. Mate, showing a bit of Reds mana there. Your thoughts and your key standouts? Well,
I have to eat a bit of humble pie because me and Nems picked the Force and Friends picked the Reds. So how dare you? Look, what a good win from the Reds. It was very gutsy. I think the moment of the game was that last penalty, and instead of going for the 3 points, would have made it into extra golden point. They went to the corner. I thought, man, you got some balls to go to the corner. And obviously it worked out in the end. So what a great win for the Reds. Sorry, they were very, very good. They'll be holding their breath though. Hopefully Tom Liner. Hopefully it's not a serious injury, and hopefully he's back because I just felt like when he went off the field, I wouldn't say they lost their way, but it just looked like it was a bit clunky without Liner there, him running the show. I just feel like from the Reds' point of view, very good around the ruck. Tate McDermott. He snipes out. He's asking a lot of questions around those pillars, and a couple of times I open them up there. Guys like Harry Wilson and Siriori just coming off him and giving him the options, and they just very good, aren't they? The Reds around that breakdown area. So, but the Force, man, a lot of their forwards are standing up this year. Their forward pack, not just Tazana, who we talked about before. Their props have been playing very well. I think Darcy Swain's having one of his best seasons I've seen in a long time since obviously he's moved from the Brumbies. He's looking like a guy with a lot of energy. Even their back row have been very, very, very good. And I actually really enjoyed the centres. Both of them, Fluke and Pesatoa. I thought they both played very well. Pesatoa was very direct. Josh Fluke just obviously hustling on that inside. couple of tries because he was just sniffing for the ball. And I was happy because he was in my fantasy. And then I put the mockers on him as soon as I was praising him. He went off injured, and I thought, oh, geez. So I thought Pacquiao, the centre, I think he played very good for his debut for the Reds. Very, very good player, young player coming through the system. It's going to be interesting on Fluke how bad his injury, because that looked like a very serious injury to him. And obviously Paisami's still got a suspension, so it's going to be interesting to see from the centre point of view how they go moving forward. Whether or not Filippo can play 13 as well, he can, if need be, so they could maybe move him in as well. But overall, what a I really enjoyed watching that game, and that for an Aussie derby, that was very exciting. The whole 80 minutes. I think I worked it out over the round 3. The average margin was only 6 points for the whole round. That's how close round 3, and not just round 3, just the whole competition thus far. Very close margins, and they're all been under 1 to 12. So very good Super Rugby entertainment-wise. It's great for the fans. Everyone's talking about how great it is, and obviously the new rules and stoppages. People going down, get up. To set the scrum, set the line out. I think it's great for Super Rugby, and more of it. Yeah,
mate, it's been great to watch, and a few Kiwis that I've spoken to would never watch a Australian derby, like Aussie teams playing each other, and they're actually getting more entertainment out of some of these games. And mate, it's good to see. And man, what a win! But you mentioned the force forwards, man. Darcy Swain, one of my favourite. I've definitely got him in my to debate for team of the week, but he's trying to get back in that gold jersey. I thought when he left Canberra, I'm like, okay, so he's just going to wait out his 3 years and then play for Samoa. But man, I think he's going to get back in that gold jersey, and it's good to see his talent coming through out west. And Marley Pearce, the loose head for the Force.
The loose head.
He's a local boy. He was on my radar last year when I saw him play, and man, I thought they were going to get him in the Wallabies just to get him in the sort of environment last year. But man, don't be surprised to see him in that environment this year. He's some talent, like not even just around the park, but he can do it at scrum time too. So mate, look forward to seeing another WA product make the Wallabies. So tough sort of week for multis. We did terribly again. We'll have another crack this week. Man,
shocking, absolute shocking.
Mate, that's what you want. You want.
But you're absolutely right. You want these close games. It's just so exciting to watch. You just don't know who's going to win. It's just hard to pick at the moment. I mean, the last few years, you kind of knew what the results are going to be. This year, it's hard. It's hard to pick any game at the moment. And it's just credit to the competition. I think that, as unfortunate as it is with the Rebels going, it's just made this competition harder because the talent's just been pushed into 4 teams. And at the moment, Australia, it's what a headache for Joe Smith to pick this Lions squad later on in the year, because there's just so many good players at the moment putting their hands up. So many. I mean, the locks they got at the moment and the back rowers they have in Australia, it's just so much talent there to pick, and there's just the depth's is real good, and they're all just playing well. So, they're all pushing each other. It's healthy competition. It's great for Australian rugby.
Yeah. And you mentioned Pasitoa. He's actually a 10. I remember watching the game, I'm like, they've actually got a whole backline full of 10s there. They got Dono, then they had Hamish Stewart, who was meant to be the next big thing at the Reds as a 10, and then they got Pasitoa. I'm like, man, they're going to be dangerous. So they keep everyone fit. Man, there's going to be a deadly team there. And big, like I mentioned him last week, and I watched him a lot. I'm pretty much 2 full years of him at Shoot Shield, plugging away before he went to France. But the big boy, number 6, champion De Crepney, man.
He's solid,
I love the way he works, man. It's coming out west, mate. Let's see if they can get back in the winning seat. But let's get into our team of the week. Let us know who your picks for your team of the week in the comments, or also roast us for our picks if you don't like what we're gonna say now. So, just so I can see over here, mate. Okay, starting at loose head, I had two names here, two Aussies, Marley Pearce from Western Force, and then Angus Bell, the Wallaby loose head. I thought they were both great.
I had the same two guys. I think Marley Pearce just pips it for me. I think he just pips it. I think Angus Bell played very well as well. So I'll let you do it because
I had Marley Pearce first too, and lock in Marley Pearce. I also had two names here. I had from the Blues. This is for hooker. I had Ricky Riccatelli from the Blues, and then I had BPA. And once again, man, off the bench, he is a monster. He gets through a lot of work too for a benchy.
Yeah. Mate, how crucial is your bench at the moment in Super Rugby? I mean, you need those bench players to come on, and he's been very good. I mean, I had Riccatelli. Yeah. I thought, especially against his old team, Hurricanes, I thought he played very well. Scored a great try as well. So, and very good behind that maul from the Blues. So I had him.
Yep. So lock in Ricky Riccatelli. Okay, and at number 3, the battler from Western Force, Ben Robertson. Man, he was impressive. He was very impressive, especially around the park as well. Got through a lot of work, both in defense and attack, and that's, he stood out for me. I think I just blocked out everyone else. Who did you have?
Is it Ben or Tom Robertson? I thought Ben used to play for the Waratahs years ago.
Yeah, that was him. Oh, yeah, Tom Robertson. Yeah, that's the one, mate. Can't be bothered editing that out, but yeah, you know what I want. Tom Robertson. Yeah.
Mate, it was between him or Nongor. I thought Nongor played all right for the Reds as well.
Yeah.
I'll let you pick because I thought they both played well.
Yeah. I'm going to give it to good old Ben. Oh, Tom. Lock in Tom Robertson. Okay. Loose head. I mean, not loose head. In the locks, I had Josh Berry from the Blues and Darcy Swain.
Ooh. Well, we both had Darcy Swain.
Yep.
I actually had the other Blues locking captain, Patrick Tuipulotu.
Okay, yeah.
I thought that was one of his best games. So I'll let you decide. I'm
going to have to go my pick, mate. Josh Berry, I thought he stood out for me. And then, I just remembered a few errors from the skip that I'm sure he would have been going through it. So we're going to go Josh Berry. I had two names at 6, but I've got one in the front. I had Seru Uru and then Rob Leota.
No, I had Seru Uru.
Yeah, he was unreal.
At 6. No. Man, he's just very good skillful back row, isn't he? He loves getting his hands free and getting that offload away. They had to go Seru Uru. Yeah,
and he's just sneaks around the ruck for that sort of inside ball off anyone, not even just the playmakers, is always on that inside. So, mate, if you're a lot of these pillar defenders don't know how to just stay the fuck put, stop moving, man. They move and then they got the inside, man. Oh man, that was my number one job, but I always overlooked. They thought I was just staying there because I was lazy, but I was. But yeah. Anyways, Seru Uru at 6, and at 7. I had Ardie Savea. I just thought he was. We could have had Carlo Tizzano, but I just thought this guy did everything. So who did you have? Anyone else?
I had those two, but I also got to give a mention to Murray. I thought he played very well, but I think Ardie just pips Tizzano.
Yeah,
man, I'm a huge fan of Tizzano. Man, he's a great player, but Ardie he was a boss, wasn't he, in that Moana game? Yeah, he was a boss. He was so good. You get to see his face when Tomosi tried to run him over twice, and he's like, "Nah, not today, son, not today."
Man, you never see anyone do that to Timothy too, man. It's holy. It's like you're playing rugby 08 and you just got your key play and you pull him all the way to the side. Man, he is different, and his try. Anyone can get a try from 30 centimeters out, but this guy's scoring them from 50 out after catching the ball. So glazing's pretty crazy at the moment, but lock in Ardie Savea. At 8, Waratahs 8, I had Lungy Gleeson. I thought a massive match from him. Did you have?
Yeah, I had Lungy Gleeson. I thought he played very well. I thought Wilson played well as well, but I thought Lunga Gleeson, man, just his carries. He just gets over that game line. By far the best player of the night for the Waratahs.
Yeah, and another notable mention, the Chiefs 8, Simon Parker. Holy, he's a big horse. He's a big horse.
Yeah.
Hopefully they can hold on to him before Ireland or Scotland find out that he's got a grandma that makes him qualify for them. So, man, he is very impressive. At 9, I had the Reds number 9, Tate McDermott. He is special. When he's on, he's on.
Yep. No, I had Tate as well. He played very well, asking questions around that breakdown.
Yep.
Very good at it. So you can't pick anyone else.
Yep. So lock in Tate McDermott. At 10, I had the Hurricanes 10, Harry Godfrey. Very impressive, and man, his hairline's very impressive as well. So, who did you have?
I had Godfrey as well.
Yep.
Honourable mentions to Jacob and also Donaldson and Liner. I thought they both played well. Man, both of them, they don't miss, don't they? They can kick, those two, and very good and healthy competition.
Yeah. So lock in Harry Godfrey. On the wings, I don't know which side they're on. I had Mark Telea and I only had Mark Telea. Who do you have on the wings?
I can't pronounce his name. The Drua winger, the one that scored the 2 tries for the Drua, the in and out.
Oh, Kara Level, the one that used to play for the Tars, who did dive in the corner.
Yeah, mate. He was, every time he got the ball, he was just laughing.
Yeah.
He's a typical Fijian winger. He's laughing and he's just breaking tackles for fun. So I had him, and it was a toss-up between Talia and Filippo Dangunu.
Lipo.
I just think Mark Talia at the end, he just turns it on. But I think Filippo, they both finished strong. I don't know to pick.
I would have gone Lipo just because I don't know if it's biased, but man, he's busy the entire game. But who would you? You're the back here, so you get last call.
I'd go Filippo. I'll pick him. Yeah.
So we're locking in Filippo Dangunu. He's my friend. And in the centres, the Chiefs. I had the Chiefs 2 centres, Quintupaya and Anton Leonard-Brown. Man, they are awesome to watch.
Very, very good, those two. I had them as well. I'd give some honourable mentions to Fluke and Pasatawa. I thought they both played very well. But yeah, just the Chiefs centres, they're just such in sync at the moment.
Yeah. So we're locking in Quintupaya and ALB. But yeah, Pasatawa, like you wouldn't think that he's a 10. Like, he's a big boy and he actually straightened up the line too, so which 10s don't really do. So man, good to see him. Hopefully gets a lot more games in that position, so big things coming. And at 15, no other name other than D-Mac.
Oh man, he is dangerous. He's dangerous anywhere, pretty much. Mackenzie, isn't he? He's just fearless, and he just takes the line on. I got to give mention though to Tom Wright, that try saver. Oh, I thought Mackenzie had it, and what a try saver from him! Absolute try saver. Imagine if he scored that from 60 out. What a try that would have been! But yeah, Mackenzie by far the best fullback.
So we're locking in D-Mac to close out our team of the week for round 3. Let us know how we did, and also let us know who we slept on this week in the team of the week. So we will preview later in the week on the Thursday, so make sure you tune into that as we break down the team lists after they get released on the Wednesday. So make sure you like and subscribe, Fons. Thanks for calling in, mate, and I'll see you on Thursday.
See you, bro.
Thank you.